Hello, my name is Linn Starri. We have reached the 7th day of the 10-day relationship challenge, and today's task was to be respectful to people around you, to treat them just the way you are treating strangers, meaning hopefully with respect, with kindness, with politeness, etc. So the emotions that are at play in today's mission and task as well are two. So it's fear and also anger that we are using to be respectful towards others. And let me elaborate a little bit more on those emotions, on those energies. So as we briefly touched upon those emotions during the weekend, then fear means that I want to retreat, meaning take a step back and re-evaluate, to retreat the situation again. And anger meant that I want to fight. I want to fight for clarity. I want to fight for respect. Also fighting for things which I believe in are worthy fights, I would say. So these two energies are at play when we are talking about respect. And to go a little bit more deep into fear side, so it's not this debilitating fear that we are using or that we're talking about here, kind of this, oh, I don't want to deal with the situation, I will just run away. No, not that kind of fear. What helped me most to understand this, how fear is at play in these situations, was through learning from plants. So some plants are very sensitive to cold. So it's the same with respect. If I am sensitive to the other person's needs, to the other person's state of being, how they are doing, how they are behaving, etc. So it's this level of sensitivity that we are talking about when we are talking about this sense of fear, sense of this level of awareness. And let's move forward to the meaning, like where did this word respect come from? What does it mean? Again, the roots are in Latin, and the words there are respectere, which literally means to look again. So key how to do it, how to be respectful, is to look again with beginner's eyes. To bring an example, it's very easy to do with little babies because they change a lot in a very short amount of time. So one day they are completely still, the next day they are rolling over, and you need to be very much aware that they are not rolling down from the bed. So the change is vast, and also it's very noticeable. So the same kind of attitude needs to be present when we are dealing with our partners, with our more older children, or with our boss or colleagues, also close friends, people we know since a long time ago. So we need to look again, treat them as if they are a new person, because they are. We are not the same people that came here yesterday. Today we are different. And I promise you that this attitude, this kind of trying really hard to look with beginner's eyes and then to see the change in the other person will bring up conflict. And it can be a small conflict. For example, if you're doing this together with your partner and they are saying, I'm trying really hard, but I cannot see what has changed in you. So then what you can do is first you can confront yourself to ask yourself, is this really true? What they are bringing me? Am I doing the same patterns which I have always been doing? Am I really kind of this half asleep state? What is it that they are sensing and they are bringing to me? And if you're like 100% assured that, hey, yesterday I learned with my colleague, like we had a situation, for example, this is my personal example. I had a situation with a colleague where I was practicing patience and calmness. And if my husband would come today and say, hey, I cannot see any change in you, and I know that I am using this same skill, this calmness and patience with him, then I can confront them that are they paying attention to me, that, hey, this is what I'm doing. I used to blow up emotionally in the same situation, let's say 2 weeks ago, but today I'm more calm, I'm more patient in the same situation. So that's how to handle those little situations which can come about. And my own personal journey to learn about respect. When I started and I wanted to get more clear sense of what is this, like how others are doing it. Then I came across with what's called the way of tea. For example, my very last experience with tea is I was visiting a friend of mine, and he was, well, it wasn't a tea ceremony, but it was like he was offering very nice teas to us. And what I learned there you need to smell the tea 3 times. So first, when it's just out of the package, when it's still dry, but it's like those fresh aromas are coming. The second time, when the leaves are just freshly soaked. And the third time is when you get this little cup of the tea infusion. So actually what you're doing in that process, you're being respectful, you're paying attention to the changes, to the subtle notes, etc. So this is a way to practice respect. And a few years ago I was reading about the Japanese tea ceremony, and I remember I was coming by bus to Tallinn and reading this description of how the process goes. And I was tired before they, in the description, got into drinking the tea. So, and I was thinking like, why am I so tired? But I also had a sense that this is the way I want to live. And I realized that I am tired because of the amount of attention that was paid in the process. So they were paying attention to like every single detail which was in the room, and there weren't many details. enough, but not too many. And I realized that unless I minimize my life like ruthlessly, I will be really, really tired. So meaning that I have too many teacups in my cupboard, for example, and if I have to pay the same level of attention to each of them, this is not going to work. And it has been a journey to kind of minimize and let go of the relationships in my life. And it's still ongoing. Today I'm also in accountability group practicing a task which is called Stopping the World. And very practically how I'm doing it is everything which is not agreed with someone else or which is not necessary for survival, I will not do, just to disregard that I'm not going to pay attention to it. Yeah, so today's task also. So with what we are asking you to do with this very simple meal exercise is we are asking you to pay attention to the food, to how you serve the food, to your family members, or if you're going out having a lunch by yourself, again, please pay attention to yourself and also to the food. So if your relationships are not working, some of the relationships maybe are not working for you, then you can check how much attention are you investing into them. So it's very interesting to listen to this construct, paying attention. So the cost of relationship is the amount of attention that we are going to pay. So it's like a currency. Our attention is a currency. And now the question is, where are we putting it? Thank you. I will now stop the recording.